Let's bring in General Anthony Tata, retired U.S. Army Brigadier General. General, thanks for being here. You heard Greg's report. You know, there's only been a trickle of hostages released, and I've heard some reports that because they've come to loggerheads in those negotiations over hostages, Israel feels like a ground offensive might not restart the talks, but create different leverage. What dynamic do you think hostages have to play with the timing of this, and what do you see coming next?
Hey, Pete, good morning to the team there. I think hostages are central to all of this because that's why Hamas took the hostages so they could be bargaining chips. Think about the perverse logic there, doling the hostages back and then for trying to make the world think that they're good people. So what Israel has been doing for the last couple of weeks is planning and setting the conditions for their larger offensive. And they have an ultimate goal to destroy Hamas. And so they are reverse engineering their plans from that ultimate goal, which includes all the logistical preparation, as you know, to get forces into place, to be able to gather all the intelligence that they need to develop the plans to very surgically go in and destroy command and control cells and logistics cells that Hamas has. They've got the tunnels, they've got the rubble, they've got the high rises, and so it's a three-dimensional battlefield. And the planning takes time, and the positioning of all these forces and logistics takes time. And so they are set. They're in their three-point stance. They've done some probing attacks that come in from the sea, and what they're trying to do is change the narrative and put pressure on Hamas as opposed to all the international pressure being on the IDF in Israel.
You know, General, it's an interesting analogy there in their three-point stance. I think before this incident, I would have assumed that Israel had all the intelligence and readiness to execute a plan like this at a moment's notice, that they wouldn't be starting from scratch. And forgive my ignorance, I wouldn't know that it would take 3 weeks to be ready. The great variable seems to be the hostages. And I said I would have, real quick, General, I would have said, the reason I said I would have said this before, but I also would have assumed that the Israeli intelligence wouldn't have missed this initial terrorist attack as well. So now I'm not sure what the level of readiness.
Well, I think that's a very good point. I think they were caught off guard for whatever reason. Lots of intelligence agencies have missed lots of big things in the last couple of years with Afghanistan and Russia and Ukraine, and now this, and even our border. I feel like that hadn't come home to roost yet. So, as Israel gets ready to put their flesh and blood in harm's way, I think that they want to make sure they don't miss anything. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I think they want to make sure that they aren't fooled twice. And so they're trying to be as careful as possible about protecting the force protection of their own troops, the force protection of the civilians, the force protection of the hostages, and then being ruthless and brutal with the Hamas terrorists that are holding up amongst all these civilians. And so it's a real complex problem to prosecute an offensive operation where you're having to identify friend or foe, whether it's a four-man stack going into a building or dropping a JDAM somewhere, that you want to make sure that you're not harming civilians to the largest extent possible.
General, how worried are you that we as a country are going to be drawn into a larger regional conflict, and what that means for us, considering that we also have a war in Ukraine, that we're almost bankrupt? There's a lot of concerns out there, and the oil, since our president has declared war on American energy. At this time, we're kind of dependent on the oil in this region.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rachel, that's a great point. The first thing the president should have done, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, is continue the Trump era oil policies. And certainly he could, open up all the permits, approve all the permits and all that, because this has a lot to do with oil. That region has less to do with U.S. national security if we are energy independent, which we are not now. So that's an excellent point. I am very concerned that we could get drawn into a larger conflict, because what's happened is Russia, China, Iran, North Korea have all witness with their own eyes American weakness on a grand scale and sort of a Keystone Cops with this administration. You got Jake Sullivan writing a Foreign Affairs magazine article saying, "Oh, the Middle East has never been more peaceful." And it comes out the week before all of this happens, and touting their relationship with Iran and all that, and they've been fooled. They're wrong. The Gates's comment that Joe Biden's been wrong on every major foreign policy decision he's ever made is accurate. And it's Afghanistan, it's Russia, Ukraine. Remember, they offered Zelensky a ride out on the night of the invasion, and now they've missed this. And I'm really worried about our border and the intelligence because of the focus on PTA moms and Catholics and that kind of thing. They're not focused on national security threats for Americans. And so when we think about what's happening with Iran and how we're going to try to separate them from this equation to give Israel and the IDF the breathing room to do what they need to do, there's really poor decision making with this administration, and their instincts so far have seemed way off base. So because just think about it, just a few days ago they were equivocating on Hamas and they were supportive of not mentioning Iran. Finally, they changed their tune. They must have done a poll, I'm not sure. But now they are saying Hamas is bad and Iran's fingerprints are on this.
Great place to leave it. General Tata, thank you for your time. Good stuff.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.